This podcast is part of a series of audio recordings of assorted philosophical texts from uniquephilosophy.co.uk. The question has been posed: could an omnipotent God kill even himself? The quick answer would be to suggest that yes, God could kill himself, as being an all-powerful being would allow him to do so. You might also reason that if God couldn't kill himself, he should be rendered as less than omnipotent. Continue listening for a few minutes and you will see the deeper reasoning of this interesting topic. The concept of God can differ from person to person. Defined in the Oxford Dictionary in the monotheistic sense as the creator and ruler of the universe and source of all moral authority, the supreme being. The overriding principle is that God decides what happens. The ability to rule over the universe means that God has the final say in what happens. This being can make rules, enforce them, and strictly speaking, refute them as well. In the Britannica Dictionary, the pantheistic God is defined by the doctrine that the universe conceived of as a whole is God, and, conversely, that there is no God but the combined substance, forces, and laws that are manifested in the existing universe. The laws of physics have never been observed to change. A philosophical discussion for another time. But as Richard Feynman so elegantly puts it, we could wake up tomorrow and gravity could be reversed. This, as all things, would be the work of God. Let's look at the pantheistic sense, the one that equates God to the universe. On one hand, this translates to God being able to destroy the universe, and therefore himself. The reason for this is that God has the power to do anything that is possible. If the universe truly came from nothing, then nothing is a place where it can go again. Although we cannot wrap our heads around this nothingness, it's merely a vague conjecture, and one that I doubt pondering too intensely would yield any benefit. On the other hand, if the universe has always been, then I stipulate that even God, but strictly the pantheistic God, could not kill himself. This is because the definition of omnipotence is to be able to do anything that is possible. If it makes no sense for the universe to be nothing, then the definition of omnipotence would have to exclude it. The pantheistic God can be sure that he can either kill himself, or at least that he is still omnipotent in either case. Now, for the monotheistic God, things get a little trickier. This, if you ask me, is because the idea of God being distinct from the universe is a bit of a mystery. As if there aren't enough mysteries, right? The monotheistic God is still said to govern the universe and have created it, so the same theories apply to this God concerning the destruction of the universe, possibly with a little more credibility to the idea of its perishability. The issue now, though, is that the universe, and its aforementioned creation or destruction, bears no relevance to the state of being of God. God, in this monotheistic sense, could destroy the universe and still be alive. Alternatively, God may destroy the universe and perish with it. The laws that apply to the universe were created by this God, but may not apply to this God. God may not even be perishable, even if the universe is. And so, diving deeper into this faith, we are led to pursue clues as to what to think of the idea of God self-annihilating. We are brought at last to the Bible, and to the following translations. Genesis 1:27. So, God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, he made him in his own likeness. Genesis 9:6. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man his blood will be shed. For in his own image God has made mankind. If you feel as if you've entered Uncanny Valley, it's because of the implications of these statements with reference to the question at hand. It's often thought that God opposes suicide, or that suicide is somehow eternally punishable. This, interestingly, is a misconception of the biblical scripture, which doesn't make any direct association of evil with suicide. Is the human susceptibility to suicide potentially a reflection of God's thoughts? Is God as unstable as the human mind? You tell me. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. For more podcasts and content, visit uniquephilosophy.co.uk and subscribe to my newsletter. Or visit Unique Philosophy on YouTube and subscribe to my channel.